Hey, welcome back. This is episode 47 of the Part-Time Players podcast. This is the video game podcast where three pals discuss the week's video game news. My name is Reece Lagden. I am joined by my first co-host, Brad. Bredders one.
Hey, sup.
The OG Brad.
Sup.
The original. Yeah, the original.
Yeah, OG. Yeah, that's why I have to put one there. So people know.
Well, if they can see, I'm anti-Bredders on mine, so I'm against.
Rude.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
And then we've got you've changed it, and we also got Brad Moore, of course. Two Brads. Me and two Brads this week.
Yeah.
How are you doing today, Brad?
Good. Very good. Thanks.
Good. So we're going to be having an action-packed deep dive into two topics this week. So me and Bradley Seeley, or Bredders, will be going into Mass Effect, particularly Mass Effect 1. It'll be my perspective as a new player. And obviously, Brad is a long-term fan, played them all, and obviously he's returning, so you'll get his perspective also. And I will be discussing the new season of the Splicer with Bradley Moore. And obviously, we'll do a little bit of a deep dive into the new season, our thoughts, impressions, and stuff. So yeah, if you don't know, obviously we drop new episodes on Monday. So please like and subscribe to the episode and to the channel.
Just going to readjust my laptop because it looks like I'm a tiny person. It's just because I'm sitting in a different chair. So I'm just
interacting.
I'm just got to try and change this. Oh, that's better.
If you are wondering where Watch or Not is this week, we're not filming an episode because we haven't watched anything or there's nothing good to watch. So, we like to give good quality rather than quantity content. So yeah, rather than just do something that we're not interested in and just watched it, we decided to skip it. What?
Yeah, we was going to maybe watch Jupiter's Legacy on the new show on Netflix. I watched the first episode and it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't think I'm going to bother with the rest of it.
Yeah,
I can't believe you just described our content as quality, but whatever. Each to their own.
Yeah, subjective, but
Yeah, our fan likes it. I reckon.
Yeah. My mum loves the podcast. What are you talking about? She tells me every week what a great show it is.
Oh, that's the one view we get. Right, makes sense now.
Yeah. Mine and
over multiple devices.
Yeah. I've told her to click on everyone.
Yeah.
Tell your mum I watch her videos too.
Oh, Jesus Christ! This went to a dark place early. Let's move on. All right.
Yeah.
News this week. I've got 3 news stories. Not exactly that exciting, but the first one is some news about PSVR 2. Obviously, I know Brad Moore's quite interested in the VR 2, and it's not really surprising, but apparently leaked through Upload VR, who have got reliable sources apparently, that the VR is going to be in 4K. So each lens will have a resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye, which is when it's that close to you, like all those pixels, it's kind of like, wow. I don't know if it seems like a lot, but yeah.
That's a lot. Eyeball to pixel ratio, that is very high.
Yeah, it's very high, isn't it? It seems quite detailed. So it's apparently that's why they decided to go against the wireless model, just because they want to up the resolution, up the frame rates, up everything, and really push VR2 to its potential.
Okay.
Are you still interested in it, Bradley Moore, or wavering?
Just make some fucking good games on it though. Like if the games are there, I will follow. The games have not really been there for VR. It's still in its box as it has been for 7 months on the trot, and I get it out and some family members come over and go, look at this, it's amazing. They go, fucking hell, it's amazing. It goes back in a box for another 7 months. If there's good quality games like Resident Evil, Biohazard, then I'm down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm the same. I'm very on the fence, which is unusual for me with PlayStation stuff. I'm normally all in straight away, but I am on the fence. I won't be purchasing it day one. I would have to see what the games are and how good it is. I'm saying that I'm probably going to sucker in and pre-order it. But yeah, apparently it's not going to be launching in 2021, which is not a surprise because they said there's still a lot development under the way with the VR, but because they keep having things leaked and a lot of information about it. I feel like we're getting it sooner rather than later. I feel like we're going to get it within the next, 3 years? If we're not getting it this year, we're going to get it next year or the year after, 2022, 2023. I feel like those are quite, because they're how much they're talking about it. We've seen pictures of it. We've seen the controller. We've seen this and that. I don't know why you would show all this stuff and then it's still 3-4 years away. It's kind of what a waste of marketing that is. So I feel like we're getting it sooner rather than later.
I feel like it will be next year.
Yeah. November, really maybe. Do. They like November, just before Christmas.
Yeah.
I think VR1 was in November. PlayStation consoles released in November. So, yeah, sure. November 2022 is, or 2023, maybe the latest. Any thoughts on this, Bradley CD? I know you had a little taster of the VR when you used mine, but VR2?
Yeah, no. I wasn't really into the first one, and this one again, probably not really going to be into it. I'm like what Brad said, they've got to bring out games. You know, it's good that they bring out a new one, and it's as long as it gets supported and bring out some decent content for it. I thought it was good. Yeah, what I did play a bit. I played the Star Wars when you're in an X-wing.
Battlefront 2.
It was amazing. Yeah, it's crazy. But for me, it was kind of like a gimmick kind of thing. I don't know. I just wasn't
sure.
And then I saw how much it took to you to set up, and I was like, you know what, this is.
It was too much, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I feel that was one of the biggest complaints.
Yeah.
Which they're clearly trying to solve with the single cord, which they've mentioned a few times. So.
And I've got a very sweaty face when I was using it, so yeah, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people got quite hot in them, weren't they? Because it's like the fabric, like the sponge on your forehead, and if you're moving and stuff, and it's quite intense. Yeah, it's
quite a clunky old hat.
It is. Supposed to be one of the most comfortable out of all of them, though, as well, which is makes you think like what the others are like. But yeah,
I can never clean the lenses on mine. I don't know if other people have this problem. I have always got a smudge, and I use the cloth to clean it, and I just move that smudge a little bit further down, and I really want to use like dry tissue on it, but they say do not use tissues on it because it will ruin it.
I really
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, probably
just forever smudge.
Forever smudge. Campaign of the next one. Anyway, moving on to news story number 2, and that is about EA Play Live, and it's coming back, and then we've got a date which is July the 22nd. So it's not going to be part of E3, which is don't know if that's the right decision or not. That they're going a month afterwards.
Yeah.
You know? What do you think of that? Thoughts?
They've not done EA E3 for a while now, have they?
But it's always during that same week like prior.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. Maybe they need a bit more time to get things up and running before they can show it off, or they think maybe their content will be lost during the.
Maybe exposure. Yeah, they don't have to share the platform with.
E3 comes out, everyone's like, if there's whatever announced, people get excited about, let it die down, and then bang, they come in and 11, and everyone's talking about E3 EA. So maybe that's marketing tactic.
Perhaps. Although I feel like EA's conference last year, and most of them, they're so underwhelming. They're almost like the competition of the worst conferences. They always are up there. Like they're always like was it like they showed at the end Skate, but they didn't even show Skate. They just showed 2 developers talking about it. Yeah. They showed Sims, but there was nothing new in Sims. It was about diversity. It was like, oh, really? Like
that wasn't long after we started doing the podcast either last year.
I was like, wow, this is really bad. But is there anything that you're hoping to see? Obviously, I'm hoping to see Jedi Fallen Order 2. I feel like that's a slam dunk. I think Battlefield is a slam dunk. Yeah. Obviously, are they going to show Skate since they teased it last year?
Don't care.
Maybe we're going to see Dragon Age, a new Dragon Age from BioWare.
Don't care. Yeah.
I
don't know. I know Dragon Age has been in development, but didn't they say it was like a long way off? Didn't they? So. Obviously,
but once again, they showed concepts last year of like developers talking about it and art, and it's like, why are you showing this? Like,
the thing I would like, but it won't happen, is obviously the new Mass Effect. A bit more news on that, but it's not going to happen. So it's not getting my hopes up for. But that's what I'd like to see. Yeah, a bit more news about the new Mass Effect, especially seeing as Legendary Editions has been released and it's doing quite well. So that's what I'd like to see. But
I would like to see Mass Effect as well. Although I'm very cautious about BioWare because it's not the same BioWare. And I know Casey Hudson, who, if you don't know, he was the writer of the Mass Effect trilogy. and he also wrote Kultor as well. That's what the Old Republic.
I think I was going to say Drew. There's an author, Drew Capshin. I think he done. He might have had something to do with the first Mass Effect as well.
Oh, maybe I'm not sure.
And he's the guy who wrote the Darth Bane trilogy. So,
okay.
Yeah, he's obviously big into his sci-fi. So
is he still at BioWare?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. And I know Casey came back after Andromeda because obviously it was disaster. And he's apparently, I presume he's written the new Mass Effect and helped him with Dragon Age, and now he's left again. He's just kind of came back for 2 years, wrote his stuff and bugged up. Yeah,
I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm gone. Yeah. Just, dips in, dips out.
Yeah. So I don't know. Anything exciting you, Brad? FIFA? No.
Yeah, put a penalty shootout on FIFA VR. Let's combine the two.
Yeah,
I'm done. Nah, I'm not. Nah, there's nothing EA have to offer me, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Are your hopes for Titanfall 3 dead, Brad?
What's that? Sorry.
Are you participating in the podcast?
Yeah,
today?
no, sorry. I was doing research. I was doing research for a topic.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Although it's had a
do not do your homework in class.
Yeah. Titanfall 3. Do you reckon it's going to happen?
Yeah, it's had a big boost this year. Like the player figures on Steam shot up, and everyone seems to be loving it, enjoying it. But I don't know. I think it's too late now. They've kind of shifted their focus to Apex Legends, which is a shame. Hopefully, with the resurgence and everyone says it's a great game. There's a certain bit in the game. I won't spoil it because neither of you have played it. It's just that it's this certain mechanic that shows what the game, how good it is, and it doesn't stick around. You use it for this mission and it's gone. And the story and the combat and it's just amazing game. But they released it. I don't know why they would release it the same. I think it was like the same day as Battlefield. So and then Call of Duty was out.
It was sandwiched in between, like a week apart.
It just kind of got lost. But yeah, the resurgence in people playing it, is a good sign. So hopefully, you never know, it might be a bit of a one out of left field. But yeah, I'm not holding.
Yeah.
The two things I want: the new Mass Effect and the Titanfall 3. Yeah, I don't think it happens. So
yeah, it could happen in the future. Well, obviously, we're getting new Mass Effect. Titanfall 3 is not going to be now, just because I believe Respawn have already confirmed that they're working on a new IP, and obviously they got Apex. Obviously, we can assume that Jedi Fallen Order 2 is a given that is happening. So that's 3 projects. How much can Respawn do? Because I feel like Respawn is holding up EA at the moment.
Yeah,
like they're everything that's good, because BioWare are kind of meh. Their last 2 games. And I don't know, it's just sports games, really. FIFA and stuff.
FIFA keeps them going.
Yep, it does. Indeed. Talking about cash cows, Ubisoft, they're shifting their strategy from releasing 3 to 4 premium AAA titles each year to be releasing high-end free-to-play games.
Okay.
So in a conference call recently, they decided that they're not making enough money from releasing these 3 to 4 AAA games, and that they need to be making more free-to-play games, like your Fortnites, like your Apex, and they're completely shifting their strategy.
It's
Rip gamers.
Yeah, because that's where the money is. Obviously, like Fortnite, I saw something the other day. Fortnite's made like $9 billion or something. And that's a free-to-play.
Yep. Warzone as well, I think, is another one that they mentioned of why that's doing so well, like Call of Duty.
It's a shame. It's the big casual, like, I don't know, as a casual game or whatever. Play it. I don't know. To be fair, I bought the last Assassin's Creed, and I haven't really played that much of it. I didn't buy Legion, so I don't know. Obviously, they're still bringing out Assassin's Creed every other year, so. They're not going to that. But we saw last week. We announced that they were doing that Division mobile free-to-play game. So
that's the start of it. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think I'm going to be getting any Splinter Cell game anytime soon. By the looks of it, unless
potentially.
So it's
potentially. Bradmore, you just going to say something about it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll. I guess they'll just hang on to their big IPs and maybe just the new IPs. They're not going to bother investing in new IPs anymore. I don't know if they've said that, but the new IPs will all be free to play entry points. So we'll still get the Assassin's Creed, we'll still get the Far Cry, yeah. They'll kind of hang on with those because they've got the fan base, but they've got to try and bring people into the new model. I just wonder if they'll take Division in a new direction if they've done it already with mobile. Maybe the Division will be free to play.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, they could turn the existing game free to play. I don't see why not. They did it with Destiny, didn't they? Destiny now is free to play technically. So they could just do that with Division and just start pumping loads of stuff into that.
Yeah. I don't think that will happen just because of Star Wars and Massive Entertainment working on that game. They would have to completely rehaul Division 2 into like a MMO, and that takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of problems with that. With obviously we know with Destiny and Bungie with ongoing issues with the transition from a looter to a MMO. There's always going to be a lot of issues. So I don't think that's the solution. And in many ways, I kind of understand it because it's like they release big games and probably really good, but you just don't buy them. It's like Phoenix Rising. Did anybody buy that? It's kind of like you buy Assassin's Creed, like you said, people buy Far Cry, and then do they buy anything else with Ubisoft? They constantly release new things. Like I'm kind of think of like, is it Steep? And then what was that game, the other biker game that came out in February? It's like,
is that out yet?
Oh, did it get delayed? I don't know.
It's not out yet. No.
Is it not out? Okay, they decided to delay it. So it's, and when it is delayed, I feel like it's just going to be forgotten. It's like all that development and they're not getting their return. So they're probably thinking all these studios that are making these games and no one's buying them, put them on a free-to-play model.
Yeah.
And when they can actually start being profitable, because unless it's, I don't know, Ubisoft Montreal or wherever it is, their big studio that does the Assassin's Creed and stuff, I don't think they're not making their money.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the first Assassin's Creed I've bought in years, and I only really got it because it was a big game, and there was a PS5 version, and just got a PS5, so I wanted to go for it. So it's it makes sense, but still,
I don't think it's a coincidence as well that we've had a few stories this year where strategies have changed. Like we've seen PlayStation change their strategy. Now it's Ubisoft, and I believe there was another company, I can't remember which one it is now. And it's kind of like clearly they're trying to make more money, and they've tried the loot boxes last generation, and everybody kicked up a fuss. So they've kind of scrapped that, and now it's like, do we go to this free-to-play model? Do we up the price? In theory, the prices should have upped last generation. They didn't. And I think that's why we're in this predicament now. Because the tire from PS3 to PS4, price change didn't happen. And now we're getting it now. And it probably should be happening again. And I know it's probably an unpopular opinion, but...
Stop telling games companies to put their price up, Reece.
But when you kind of think about...
You're one of
pay per hour kind of value in gaming, it's pennies. And you kind of think about, like, I don't know, movies these day and age, like how much it is to go to the cinema or to rent a film.
I haven't been to the cinema in a very long time. I don't know. I've forgotten.
Like Mortal Kombat, for example, £15 for an hour odd movie. No. And we now expect movie level stories for 20 to 40 hours. We
all paid it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. So if anyone's wondering, make that clear.
Already had a copyright strike from WB, so stop it. Anyway, unbelievable.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, send us games.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Games are too cheap. They need to go up.
All right, fucking do you need like be getting paid, under the table or something? We don't know about it. You're like,
no.
Games to be more expensive.
If it was the movie industry and you made a movie at the same price of what movies are now for 20 hours, which is a short game, it would be £150.
Whoa, I'm not. You know what? When games start hitting,
games are cheap.
Mark, guess what?
Like that. Like if you put the equivalent of how much you pay for a film, and then you turn that into a game, it would be £150. And you think £70 is expensive. It's.
You say you use the cinema analogy. I used to live near a cinema where it was £4 a ticket all day, every day. So, I like my games like I like my movies, cheap. Yeah, some of the seats you couldn't sit in some of the seats because they was like burnt or broken. It didn't matter. It's £4. So, you know, good.
And I'm sure that business has gone under because they weren't making any profit. So there you go.
No, I'll tell you what, that cinema's the good thing about it. They charged £4 ticket. Obviously, everyone went there because it was cheaper, and then they invested the money back into better seats, better screens, a bar. It's good. It's a good cinema. I miss it. I do.
What happened to it?
It's still there, but I don't live like near. Anymore, so, yeah.
Anyway,
it's not worth it.
Any other thoughts on this, Bradmore? No.
Well, yeah, I agree. Like, prices are going up. It's like fair enough, but I mean, the whole way that the game industry is going towards free to play and loot boxes is just a bit. It's like I think we still will get the games we want. There is still a market for the traditional games, not a bigger market, but there is a market. So we'll still get those AAA RPGs and things like that. Just maybe not as many, but just, it's just appealing to a whole new generation of people though, isn't it? It's all the younger generation, and they've all got their hands on these consoles, phones, much younger than what we were. And, you know, that whole free to play model was just so attractive. The parents just said, oh, it's free. I just download it on their iPad, and millions and millions and millions of users, millions of exposure. And it's just the way the world's going. But so it is a shame, but it's also, I do also feel like we are still going to get what we want.
Yeah,
as a fan of games. Go on, sorry, Brad. Go. Sorry.
You've had Rockstar come out and they've said, like, recently, that GTA, they're still predominant. Although they've got a big, obviously, online bit, the focus is still going to be on a strong single player campaign. So, you know, and you've got other developers like Bethesda that have also said in the past they're still going to be making, like, you know, AAA single player games. So, and
what happened to them? They got acquired by a bigger company.
Yeah, and you know,
because they couldn't sustain what they were doing. They would have gone under if that's why they had to be bought by Microsoft.
Yeah.
And then Ubisoft don't want that. Ubisoft want to stay independent.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and Microsoft is going to be like, whoop, we'll take you.
But the thing is, for me, I'd buy more Bethesda games than I would Ubisoft games. So
yeah, I'm talking about as an industry rather than just my personal.
But Ubisoft for me is more of it's usually it's in the sale, I'm going to buy it. Like a Far Cry, an Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or whatever Origins. That's when I'll jump in.
Yeah,
I don't go out, I don't rush out to buy them. Although, as I say, I did with Valhalla, and I've played it since. So
yeah, I think the value of games has been a bit distorted, especially with all the free-to-play stuff. And I think I'm going to say again, I think Game Pass is a negative, and that's why Sony have had to change their strategy. Just because when it's not a big blockbuster, paying £70 for it now, it's like, but I got all this library on Game Pass, and I pay the subscription per month. I feel like it's changed people's perspective of what the value of a game is.
It is crazy, because like you say, when PlayStation 5 came out, I got Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was as well like the remastered edition. So I got Spider-Man with that as well. That was £70. And I think I only paid £50 for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And but then you looked at, I think, what was it? What's the basketball game?
2K, NBA?
Yeah, that one, yeah. That was like 70. So yeah, that was all over the show. It was like like no one really seemed to be like, what do we charge? Yes, no one really knew. So
sure.
Yeah. The move to freemium is like Brad said, is just inevitable really with everyone. That's just the market. That's the lion's share of the market now, isn't it? Like us old timers, us old boys. Well, my day.
Second thought.
Yeah. My day, don't worry about it.
I just feel like we're going to get less quality games less often, which is not what I want.
No. It's a shame.
Good job with part-time players.
Yeah, we have to shut the podcast down and just start playing Fortnite.
Never.
Brad's here. We're gonna go play Fortnite. I have to put my cap on like sideways and pretend I'm young and cool. That's it. Like Brad can do. Yeah. You know, Fortnite time. Yeah, you know, that's what we have to do. We have to just set out.
Have we ever played? Did you ever play Fortnite much?
Nah,
you guys.
I did.
No.
What did you think of Fortnite?
It's not as bad as what people make out. It's more the community. The community is terrible. And I was just playing with a few mates from work, and we were bad. But the best we got was I think second. We got to second a few times. It was us once versus another team, and we lost every time. So I never got. Is it a chicken? What is it when you win? They call it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never won the thing. It was a bit like Fall Guys, wasn't it? And then, like when you wanted to get the crown,
Yeah.
I got one once. It was like, I thought that was my greatest gaming achievement, was getting the crown in front.
Yeah, I stopped playing after you got that crown. I think that was the last game I played. Fuck this.
Yeah. I think I played Fall Guys once. And,
Oh yeah, you couldn't get past round 1, could you? It was hilarious.
No, I got into round 3, I think.
So, all right. Oh,
yeah.
Look at you, big bucks. Show it off.
I don't know. Yeah, is it? Yeah, like you say, if it affects the good big releases, it's going to be bad.
He got violated by a fucking banana falling on his face and never came back.
It wasn't that fun. It just went great. You know.
Oh, it was very fun
at the time. Thought it was fun
so...
because we was in the middle of a lockdown. Everyone was like, "Oh, this is the best game ever! Oh, can't leave the house."
Nah, it was fun. It was really fun. Yeah, for a week. It was really fun.
For a week, yeah. For 5 minutes, it was brilliant. Yeah.
It was. You know, he had his moment. Hopefully, it comes back.
Don't worry. Over a year later, it's come to Switch. So, yay. Yeah.
I think Epic has bought them. So, you know, Fortnite model's on the way. So,
we never played All Stars, did we either?
No.
Nope.
I did. It was rubbish. Next.
Didn't play that.
But I think they started a season. They've turned it into like a season model now. And I think the season 1's starting soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. They're just not our games.
No. Destiny is Brad's game. And Reece is anything. He's got a varied palette of
yes.
Yeah.
Connoisseur.
Me, if I like it a lot, I won't finish it. And if I don't like it,
Which is just backwards. I feel like we need to have a deep dive into this one day of what's your issue when you like something, you just don't finish it.
Guest psychiatrist on the show.
Breakdown of why you do this.
Yeah.
Do you hate yourself?
Yeah, I do.
If you don't like it, you won't play it. If you like it too much, you won't finish it.
Later on,
it's weird.
Later on when we do what we've been playing, I might have finished the game.
So, tune in, find out.
So you didn't like it that much then?
Yeah.
There you go.
Mass Effect, I've done it. The
trilogy.
Yeah, done it all.
Anyway, talking about Mass Effect, should we go on to the first topic?
Yeah.
Which is Mass Effect 1. Do you want to kick it off, Bradders, as a returning player, as a fan of the franchise? Have your thoughts?
I'll have a little talk. So first off, I had to try and get a copy of it because obviously I like to go physical media. So I went
Let's get physical.
Yeah, I went to a local Tesco's supermarket. Went in there, went to talk to the game aisle.
I'm sure other supermarkets are available.
Other supermarkets are available, yeah. Went up there where the game case is like no display case. So I thought, I'll ask at the customer service. And the woman said they're there in stock. She said she checked, but I just think she couldn't be bothered. So I had to write it down for her. And I was wearing smart clothes because I'd been to work, and then I think she just thought there's this grown man here asking for a game. I'm just not really gonna bother looking. So she come back and was like, no, they ain't got none. So after hours of looking, I was able to procure one at an Argos, good old Argos. So
name fucking drop in. We're not getting paid for these name drops.
But it just seems to be getting. Unless you kind of order it from Amazon. The last couple of games I've tried to get on day of release, I've had trouble. So it's unless you order it from Amazon, it's getting harder and harder to get. I just don't appreciate it. I want to be able to go.
I do appreciate it. They're forcing you to the digital store, and this is where you belong.
Look, got my little physical here. Look, here, 2 discs. Lovely.
Is it 2 discs?
2 discs, yeah. Install disc, play disc. So I finally got it, installed it, and I don't know playing through Mass Effect 1. And as I was playing it, I was thinking, I don't know if Reece is going to be enjoying this because I kind of forgot. And for me, I'm used to it. It is at the beginning, it's a little bit slow, and it is old school RPG. So
yes, classic RPG, as I like to call it.
Classic RPG, yeah. So I was playing it just before we done this, and having to just the little things, having to press the pause menu to go and then go into the map. It's kind of like, I keep pressing something down to sprint. There isn't a sprint,
Yep.
And the dialogue.
I think it's X, isn't it? And there's a stamina if you hold X.
No, I've not been. No,
you can sprint. I've been sprinting.
Oh, okay. I've not been.
You hold X.
Sprinting. So I was thinking, all the dialogue options you've got, like you can choose certain things. Usually it's the top options for Paragon and bottom options for Renegade, but you can tell what it is because it's one of them's like, I'm glad to help you, and the other one's like, go fuck yourself. So you can differentiate. But for me, I'm enjoying it. The music at the beginning, at the home menu, that just, I don't know, it brings back all the memories, of 2007. And I'm really not enjoying it. And it's been years since I've played it. And doing certain missions, I can remember, like when I was walking around the Citadel, I can remember where to go. It's just ingrained. It's burnt into my brain on the map of the Citadel. I'm like, I need to go over here to do this.
I was a little bit lost.
Yeah, it's like I can imagine, because it's like go to the central tower. It's like, right, well, where's the central? I'll go down.
There's no HUD that directs you. It's just like
it's like, but then it's like street signs kind of like on the wall.
It's cleverly designed of how it gets you to interact with the world to work out where you need to go. There's like that Android machine that gives you information of the Citadel, and she gives you like each section, and she has like a backstory of, this is the, like you said, the tower or whatever, or the CSEC Academy and things like that. So but it's cool.
I and some of the dialogue I've got subtitles on, so I'll kind of read it before, quicker than they say it, and then I can skip. But I don't know if someone like you who's never played it,
can't read.
I'm
really struggling with the dialogue options. Can't read them.
Are you absorbing all the lore, and you find it interesting? Because I remember that's one thing about the game I did, like all these different alien civilizations, like they look totally different. Like you got the Hanar, and you got the Elcor and the Volus, and for that, and then you got the codex in the pause menu, and it kind of reads out who's who, when where they come from. That for me was brilliant.
It is.
Improvements that I've seen from my original play, the gunplay does seem a little bit more tighter, which is pretty good. The cover system seems to be a lot better as well. And the Mako, I don't know if you've been in the Mako yet, like the tank thing.
Yes, that's where I was when I finished off yesterday.
Yeah.
I went to a planet where you go out. It's like an icy planet. I think it was like a storm.
Yeah, that is a hell of a lot better than what it used to be. So if you think it's a bit juddery now, it used to kind of be like...
Still feels a little bit light. I remember when you read out the notes, the improvement notes, and they said they made it feel a bit more weighty, but it still feels a little bit like you're driving a boat. It still feels like...
It used to be like trying to drive a helium balloon. It was like trying to drive the Hindenburg. It was just kind of like just floating. So that's a bit better.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait. Like I'm playing this one, but I'm kind of, and the anticipation level is play this one, then I get to play 2 again, because 2 is just it's amazing.
And I feel like that's taken away. Go on, sorry. Go on.
You won't be. You stick with one. You've got to stick with it. Maybe not do everything, If you just don't do all the side quests and you just do the story, it won't be that, it's not too long. But then you get to enjoy number 2. Number 2, they streamlined a lot of things like the inventory, the combat's a lot better. It's just 2 is just the masterpiece. But 1 for me is and I kind of forgot every time you're having you're talking to someone. You're talking to someone, and when they finish talking, they just go and walk out of shot. They just kind of like do like a head tucked down, they just walk off. That's it's good.
What are you male shep or female shep?
I am male shep, and I am the default face.
Default phase, male shep. What class did you go with? Soldier.
Vanguard.
Oh, you went Vanguard too?
Vanguard, yeah. Okay. And I am a war hero. I think I chose war hero and a Splicer as my background.
Okay, I went with war hero, human born or earthborn, whatever.
Yeah.
Went earthborn, and
And you're Vanguard as well, yeah?
I'm Vanguard. I was going to go female shep, and I was going to try and make this like really sexy woman.
Yeah.
And then I realized that there's like romance options, and I was like, I don't really want to be romancing men. So I made it all, and I do it for, and then I realized, oh shit, I don't really want to do that, and I went all the way back again and recreated it.
Sounds like you're not very comfortable with your sexuality there, Reece.
Yeah, well, it's not really. I wanted to enjoy my story, my time with alien ladies. It was very part of the thing, isn't it? Alien ladies. I went straight to the strip club.
You sent me a picture of you getting like a lap dance by like
lap dance with some,
an Asari lap dancer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did see that picture.
Yeah.
With
What
black
what
knickers.
do you like? So what's your thoughts as a completely new?
So I've got notes, and I kind of broke it down. So I agree with the story. The lore is incredible. It reminds me a little bit more of Star Trek because you've got the different factions, and it's a bit more political. It's very political, which I like, which is quite Star Trek-y. The dialogue options are really good. Sorry, I need to get a drink. Wow.
Is there a lot of reading for all this lore? Do you have to read a lot of? Is there a lot of reading in it, or is it?
No. So if you go like all of the alien race, if you go into the start menus of Codex, and then like you select what race you want to hear about, and then like a computer, like something gets read out to you.
Yeah, it gets read to you. Yeah, you don't have to actually read.
Good. I hate reading on games. I
think
I'm in for this.
So it's,
Yeah, the dialogue options are really good, and the NPCs, and they're really interesting. And that's why, because I started playing it Friday night when it came out, and I was quite tired, and I wasn't really taking it in. And then I was kind of like, oh, okay, now what dialogue choice do I need to make? Because I wasn't really listening. And then you kind of need to listen to what they said, because they then tell you where you need to go next. Yeah. And I kept finding myself, I've made a choice of the dialogue option. I was like, all right, I'll just say that, because I feel like that's what my character would say. Yeah. And it was like, oh, where do I go next? I'm kind of, I'm lost. And I was like, oh, do you know what, Reese? Turn it off, because you're not even concentrating. You don't even know where you're going. I'm just running around the Citadel. I'm kind of getting a little bit bored now. So just go to bed, watch a bit of Lost, and come back in the morning. And I played loads on Saturday morning. And it's fantastic. It's really, really good. Yeah. I like they're like when you make a dialogue choice and like when your companions likes it and they get a little smirk, which doesn't seem like it's an interesting thing this day and age, but I imagine it was quite groundbreaking back then when it first came out. Like I've never really seen a game do that years and years ago.
You also hear him, like there was one, like you also hear him talk about, so you could talk to an NPC, and then when you're walking off of them, they have conversations with each other about it, like, oh, what's that guy's called? No, I bet they're not showing. So it was more like you say, nowadays it's not really anything, but it was kind of just makes it gives them more character, gives them, oh, they've got an opinion on this, and they're getting involved, so it gives a bit more depth.
The story stands up 100%, and that's why I'm kind of like in two minds, because what doesn't stand out, I feel, is the gameplay. The combat, the level design is horrible. It is very slow paced. There's far too many elevators, lifts, which is clearly load screens, which is probably clever. Oh, can you?
Yeah, it comes.
Because I'm pressing the skip button and it's still doing the full thing.
Yeah, no, because sometimes you want to be in the list because they're having conversations.
Yeah, they're talking. Yeah.
But then sometimes, you can skip. Whereas back in the day, every time you open a door, like there was you had to wait, and like the lift screen, the lifts. I can tell the level design is dated. It's just dated. I feel like there's too many. This is a small floor. Then you've got to go up to another floor, and obviously there was load screens in between. That's how they cleverly designed the game. But now I feel like you would just put it all on one floor, and you could just openly walk, because it's just, I don't know. I just find it a little bit. It's already slow, and then you add in, I'm now in a lift, and all right, people are talking, I'm enjoying the dialogue, but it's too much. There's too many of them, especially when you're like, oh, go to this character, talk to him. All right, go back into the lift, go back down. All right, go over to there. Oh, you're talking to that person because you've got a quest. All right, go back, go into that lift, go back. There's like 2 or 3 lifts to every place you go into, and it's a little bit, I don't know, there's too many for my personal taste. And the combat, once again, is very slow. It's classic RPG, which my personal taste, I'm not that fond. I prefer faster gameplay.
Is it turn-based or?
No, it is action. The closest thing I could probably describe, or maybe Brad disagrees, maybe Fallout 3. I feel like it's slow, I feel like Fallout it's not a Skyrim, it's not Witcher, because I feel like they're a lot faster in terms of like action combat, and I prefer that combat system. It's a lot more, obviously you've got guns, you've got loads of weapons, so you've got like a wheel, and you can like change your gun, which one you've got, and you've got all your guns on your back, and then it's like shooting as like any action game would be. But then you also have a press R1, and you've got abilities as well, so then it kind of freezes time, and then you can choose, like, I'm a vanguard, so I've got like warp and push, and it does like almost like a force power where you can then it's like that. But I don't know.
Another thing that's like, because I was like, I can't remember change weapon, and you have to hold L1, pick it on the wheel, select it with X, whereas I'm pretty sure in number 2 that's gone. You can just quickly switch through your weapons. But
I think change weapons in GTA 5.
Exactly the GTA 5, the weapons wheel, but
right.
You only get to you get a sniper, a shotgun, a handgun, and a assault rifle. Whereas in the old ones, in the original, if me and Reece Vanguard, we would only been able to use shotgun and pistol. Whereas now you can use all 4, but you can't upgrade assault rifle. So if you've got a powerful assault rifle, it could be like spraying everywhere. So
yeah, it does spray a lot. The
I've
assault
just
rifle.
been using the pistol.
I've been mostly using the pistol, and I've also been using the sniper. And I noticed that I remember in your notes that you had a few weeks ago that they removed the sway. To the point where they've overcorrected it. It is so easy, and the NPCs are dated, but they don't move. They either stand behind cover and then they just stand there still, and they don't move, they don't sway. So I got this sniper shot, and I've got to aim perfectly at his head. I'll just go bang, dead.
Yeah,
bang, dead. It's too easy and slow, and I'm not enjoying the combat at all, which is a shame because it's like, all right, I'm really enjoying the story. I can see where it's gonna really go. All right, it's already gripped me in terms of story, but I don't know. It's kind of like I'm not enjoying playing the game to the point where I almost feel like I would just watch a video of someone else playing it and I gotta just absorb it.
I'd say stick with it because it's worth it. And then I know I keep saying it and banging on, but number 2 is there. It's
and that's the problem as well. I've got that looming over the horizon of this masterpiece, which is number 2, and I'm playing this game that is clearly inferior, and I'm just like, am I going to be burnt out by Mass Effect and I'm never going to get to 2?
If you feel that way about it, then maybe you should watch a video that tells you all about what happened in 1, and then you can move on to 2. Because
I'm on the fence.
I knew when I was playing it, I was like, Reece isn't going to be enjoying this. Like for me, I'm running around like smiling. I'm like, I can remember this. I can remember that. And I was really enjoying it. I was like, this is
so. How does 2 improve? Is all those issues that I've got with 1, are they going to be fixed with 2?
Inventory,
in terms of combat?
Combat is a lot. What I can't remember, because it's been a few years since I played it. Combat's a lot smoother. The inventory is definitely more streamlined. It's kind of more action paced. Due to the story, you're going to get like what happens with what you've got to do. And then there's obviously new companions and everything. It's just kind of Mass Effect 1, but they cut off the fat, if you know what I mean, to make it a more streamlined, just an overall better game.
Sure.
But I still really enjoy 1. It's there's a guy, you can talk to a guy in the Citadel in 1, and he comes back in every game, and you remember what you said to him last time and all that.
Really? Okay, yeah. So is there like there's benefits of me finishing 1 myself?
There's definitely benefits of you finishing 1 because there's actions. There's going to be the way you do certain things in that game. Those people won't be there in 2. So, there's one of my favorite characters. I can't tell you. It's one of my favorite characters, and them not being in number 2 would be pretty crap. Because and then you see them later on in 3, and there's a big part of the story in 3 is to do with character. And I don't know how it would work because I've never done it like that. But
are you making the same choices as you did in your original playthrough? Yes. So you're basically playing the same game. Okay.
That's what I'm doing. It's you just kind of and like you say, if you're enjoying the lore, you find out about the lore. You find out about the Krogan, because there's like a big statue of the Krogan in the Citadel, and then you hear one of your companions are saying like,
that Rex, is that the same
Rex? It's hard to believe they used to be the saviors of the galaxy, and now people don't really like them, and you're like, well, what happened, and why was they the saviors? What did they do? And you find out about their history, and you find out what, like, if the Solarians had something to do, and it's crazy. It's like you say, it's political, and there's overarching stories, and the story will pull you through. The combat, I admit, can be pretty bad, but the story will pull you through, and it will. It
looks better than I thought it would as well. I think on the trailers, I was a little bit concerned, and one of my criticisms, or not criticisms, but one of my preferences, I would have preferred it if they did a full like remake and made it look like a PS5 game, like wow. And I was a little bit concerned that all 3 games were on, I don't know, 1 or 2 discs, but it does look good. Like on my TV, playing it in 4K 60, it generally does look good. Not as good as a PS5 game, or maybe even Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us Part 2, but it looks good. It looks like a good PS4 game.
Where how far have you got? How long have you been playing, do you think?
I've left the Citadel.
Yeah.
I'm a Spectre, if that's a spoiler. And I've gone on to I've got the, what's the ship called? I've been given. Yeah. So I've all that. I'm trying not to ruin it for Brad more because I know he will play it. I've gone off to the first planet where there's I think. I can't really say what's happening on the planet without spoiling the story. So
that's when it does open up a bit. Though. It gets a bit more free, and once you've got your own kind of ship, and you can just kind of decide where you want to go. So I want to go to this system and check out there, and you can just land on unexplored planets and check them out and see what's going on there.
Yeah, that moment when you obviously got control of the ship and you go to like the map, and then you go to the galaxy map and you zoom out, and then it lets you zoom out to another galaxy, and you've got the entire Milky Way with all these galaxies, and you're like, holy God, like, and then all these like solar system, and it's called like a bit like Star Wars, where like this system, and then there's like planets within the system, and all like the lore is I
can't remember if it was the first one. There's sometimes you go into systems and you'll see like a space station or a ship, like a derelict ship, and you can go in that and have a look at that.
Yeah, it's nice.
First mission I'm doing, I kind of forgot. It was DLC for the original game. It's kind of you got to stop an asteroid from crashing into a planet. That's the one I've gone for. But yeah, it's such a. I'm enjoying it, but then I knew I would because I played all the originals multiple times, and
you're a fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. So I remember it was a bit corny when sorry if we spoil it for anyone, but you become a Spectre, and when he's doing this, like they're doing a speech, and you see people on the balconies and like looking like, oh my God, and the music's swelling, and you're like, it's a bit corny. That's what it is.
No,
it's really good.
It's good. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. The story is very good.
I think when you was on Eden Prime and you saw that thing, like a massive ship.
The first planet. What big ship? What do you mean?
It looked like a hand. It looked like it had fingers.
I don't remember that. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't look up. Maybe I didn't notice it. I was too busy. Like, where am I going? What am I doing?
Yeah.
No, I'm enjoying it. I will continue on, but if the combat and things don't improve, I might just watch a video of everything that happened in 1 and go to 2.
Think you can just go to 2 and it will say like, oh, was you this person? Yeah, and how did you resolve this person? And who did you choose here? And then I think you can do it that way.
Okay.
Obviously, where if I play it, it'll just pull out there, do you want to continue with your
choices and so yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the big talk. Reese was like, platinum here, no difficulties chosen. And then
the trophies don't look that bad. The trophies don't look bad at all, do they?
No, not. It's only multiple playthroughs. Like we're playing as Vanguard, so we're going to get we'll get some of the combat ones, and we get some of the bionic ones, but we won't get none of the technician ones. So you'd have to play it through again that someone could hack and overload and all that. So you don't want to play it through once. So I don't think you're going to want to play it through. No. It's not happening. But for me, really good. It's good that we've done this. For me, as someone's played it before and a fan, I'd say go out and buy it. It's brilliant. But for you, as someone who's not played it before, who's new to it, and it's kind of like, it is. How old is it now? Or like 13, 14 years old?
Come out 2007.
Yeah. So 14 years old, you're kind of like, it looks good and the story's amazing and the lore, but the gameplay is
the pistol sound effect, the exact same as from Star Wars.
Yeah, wow, I forgot to mention this as well. Yeah,
like they're hearing the pew 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 pew. Yeah. He was like, I know that sound. That's from that exact same sound.
I forgot. Kaden Alenko was voiced by none other than Cartho Nassi from KOTOR.
Oh.
So when he started talking, I was like, it's Cartho. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot he was voiced by the guy who played. Well, I don't know his name. Sorry, but the guy who played Carl from Knights of the Republic. So it was pretty
nice.
Pretty cool. Yeah,
it's cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Really good. Really enjoying it. I would recommend.
I would recommend also. You know,
And
you know what you're getting.
Yeah,
You know what you're getting.
£55, and you get in 3 games, all of
Yeah.
DLC, apart from Pinnacle Station, which they couldn't do because they kind of lost it.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's one of the greatest franchises ever, like trilogy in terms of like the scores that it gets and the story. So it's kind of like, if you like sci-fi, if you like Star Wars, Destiny, Star Trek, or anything to do with space, you're going to like it. You're going to like the story.
Even like this, the score and the music is just, you know, you're like techno, kind of like techno, you know, it's, I don't know, it's just, it's brilliant. Yeah.
You know, it's very good.
Yeah.
Bradmore, what's your listening to all this? And obviously you will be jumping in. You more excited, less excited now, or hearing my thoughts?
As excited, yeah. I am looking forward to jumping in. I've always been worried from the start because, like, a masterpiece from 14 years ago without any nostalgia isn't necessarily a masterpiece in 2021. It's probably a very good game in 2021. So without that unbelievable nostalgia for what was an unbelievable experience for a lot of people, that is just that big slice of the pie is just taken out for me.
That's probably what's putting me through. Like the nostalgia. I can sure.
But nevertheless, it was that good, and it is that much spoken about. I'm looking forward to giving it a whirl. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, you should definitely.
Give it a go. Obviously, when you get it, and if you can't cope with the combat of one. But you would definitely like the story. I feel like you're going to be in the same boat as me. I feel like we're going to have a similar opinion. Because the story's good.
This Mass Effect Legendary Edition overtakes Resident Evil Village as top Steam seller. Mass Effect Legendary Edition now top selling game on Steam just days ahead of launch, overtaking Resident Evil Village. So people are jumping on board. You know, all the geeks like me, all the fans from the nostalgia.
Yeah,
but it's really good, and like I think you said 91 on Metacritic at the minute, so
it was. It's dropped to 89 now.
89. Who had 89?
Bradmore.
Oh, still got a week. Could level out. Would I had 90? Did I?
No, you had 91. I had 90.
Okay,
because it was on you, and now it's jumped to the other Brad.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna be.
Ash said something stupid like 99. I was like, I don't know what he said. He's crazy. I feel like he goes with his feelings rather than logic.
Yeah.
like Resident Evil Village is going to be, what did you say, 96? A bit outrageous. Higher score than like Breath of the Wild.
He's an emotional man.
Definitely
give it a go. I'm really enjoying it. I was playing it before we done it, so I'm going to just start carry on playing afterwards. So.
Nice. Cool. Oh, the other game I've been playing this week, exhausting. I've played a lot of games. Destiny 2, a new season launched. Brad, do you want to kick it off?
Sure, why not? Yeah. We launched Season of the Splicer. Came out last Tuesday on Reset. A good start to the season. The season beforehand was very front heavy loaded with a lot of content. I think this one is going to be as well, but it's not just yet. We've got to play the new activity, which is called Override, 6-player man-made activity, which I'm really enjoying. It's a good activity. It's not going to have that longevity like the Menagerie had, which was the kind of front runner, the pinnacle of those seasonal activities in Destiny. But compared to other past recent activities, it's pretty good. I think like the public event-esque activities we've had, this is probably the better one. What we do is we start off in a public space. Well, not public space. We start off matchmaking with 6 other Guardians. We go in, we hack a Vex mainframe, we bank moats like Gambit, and then we jump into the Vex network, which takes us into this visually stunning area, bit of a jumping puzzle, get to a boss, take him out, and collect the loot. That's in its most simplest form. That's what it is. But it's enjoyable. It's good. It's good fun. But what we've still got to come is the raid, which is launching on Saturday, and we've got a weekly Pinnacle mission as well, which is launching on. It's not until the week. I thought it was next reset, but it's not. It's the reset half. Oh no, it's the 22nd, isn't it? So it's next week. Yeah.
What, the raid?
Oh no,
The raid is the
weekly.
22nd, which is a Saturday, and then the Tuesday after that will be
that's the mission.
Yeah, will be the first pinnacle mission.
What one is it? You're going to do the world? You're going to do world's first? Is that the raid?
Yes.
That's on the 22nd, yeah.
Yes, Saturday the 22nd.
You're going to be on Twitch. You're going to be streaming that bad boy.
Yeah, Brad will be streaming. I'm sure.
Yeah, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna be so bad though. I mean, we'll give it a good go, but it'll be very entertaining to watch because we've never done Vault of Glass. So this is a returning raid that was there in Destiny 1, and it was the original raid. And when Destiny launched, no one really knew what they were in for, and it landed really, really well in gaming in general. It was like, doing this activity that is so intricate and difficult, and to do co-op with 6 other players, nothing had been done like that before, and it was just such an experience for so many people, and now they've remade it for the PS5 Destiny 2, and people are going in very excited to be going in. All the original loot is there's some really good loot to get from that raid, but our motley crew, we never did it in Destiny 1. We didn't do it, so we're going in blind for the first time. We're going to work it all out, and
should be fun. No, I enjoy it.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I almost like that we haven't done it before, and it's a new experience for us, rather than I know it's like
I might watch it more than 5 minutes, and I'll just you streamed yesterday. I jumped in, called Reece a helmet, and I was out. That was like my job, my work is done.
Yep. Well, there you go. Glad you go on other people's streams, even people that don't even know me. You just go in and just say like, Reece is a helmet. They're like, who's this Reece?
But I done it once, and I was like, Reece, I don't know if you knew him, but I was like, Reece is a helmet, and someone was like, yeah, I agree. I was like,
it's commonly known, widely known.
So you should pitch your Twitch so people can watch this.
So if you search on Twitch, Love Shacks, love_shacks, you'll find me. Hit a follow and click the bell, and then it will notify you when we're streaming the world's first. We will not win that race, but we'll damn well give it a go. Yeah.
I just want to complete it. That's my goal, is let's try and complete it in the first 24 hours with competition mode on. That's the goal. So if we can do that, it'd be cool. Going back onto the season though, and probably the most important thing that's happened is transmog, which I love and I hate at the same time. It may be the shader system, which was it was terrible from the beginning. Fixing that is brilliant. I love how shaders are now. But I think I said it the other day, and I was like, there's like a paradox of choice now where I am never satisfied. And it's created this thing where endless choices where you can change your helmet, chest piece, and then all the colors in the world. It's just kind of,
don't know what to do anymore.
I'm continuously I don't know, it's giving me anxiety, which is literally the definition of paradox of choice, which is literally a psychologist actually coined that a few decades ago. But I've definitely got that with transmog. I kind of I
have to
love it but hate it.
I agree. There is a lot of choice now, but I've got my look that I'm okay with, but at the back of my mind I'm like, I probably look better with that one though, and that one and that nagging feeling that there's so much more that I could do. It's just it's horrible. It's a horrible position to be in. But I don't know. Maybe we're just overthinking it.
Yeah. No, I don't know if this is the same kind of, because I've played Destiny. I've never been into the old character creation. So that, as I'm like I've said before, I'm a basic bitch. I went on to Mass Effect, basic Shepherd, done. I'm in. Preset for Cyberpunk. Yeah, that'll do. I've never really.
Oh really? I spent a good.
I don't care.
Almost like an hour going through changing every part of every character.
See, Destiny, because it's a looter and you spend a lot of time. It's not like, to be fair, you customize your character's face when you first make the game, but then it's just that you never see that again. It's gone. But all the loot that you get, they just, every single activity, every season that comes out, they just up their game, and there's so much. Aesthetics are a big part of Destiny, I feel like, and I don't know, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
The system itself, people were very unhappy with the actual transmog system because of how grindy it is to acquire the materials to transmog gear. And the controversy is there's a shortcut and it's in the Eververse store for monies. So yeah, people aren't too happy, and they probably will backtrack a little bit. It's not really bothering me too much. You get some freebies when you first log in. I'm passively
we've had 15 pieces so far, I believe.
Yeah, and that's enough to get 3 sets, which is fine. Like you say, if I could unlock everything, I'd be in a much worse state than I am now with this choice paradox.
Yeah, I've never done sets. I kind of like pick and choose. Like I like those cloaks. I like that chest. I like those arms. Do you know what I mean? I've like picked 15 different pieces of stuff that I like rather than sets because too much choice. I don't like it.
Yeah. See,
because you're constantly looking at your Guardian, just like, I could change the color, and then you go in this list, and it's just rows and rows of colors and oh no. I need to be restricted.
It sounds, if I'm honest with you, it sounds like hell. We've got
a friend that we play with who doesn't care at all about cosmetics, doesn't care what his Guardian looks like, not even touch transmog, still looks the exact same, couldn't care less. It doesn't affect him at all. So you're not the only one that would feel like that. There's other people. But
Destiny fashion is a big thing. There's a subreddit with thousands and thousands of people that just post their Guardians every day. It's a big Destiny fashion. There's always been a meme about the fashion game is the real end game in Destiny. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Story this season. Are you enjoying the story so far, Brad?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I feel like the story's really going to kick off next week when the Pinnacle mission starts. That's where we got most of the storytelling from last season, and I feel like they've got their momentum now with how the seasonal structures look. And I think a lot of the story is going to be led through that mission. There'll be a lot of dialogue, a lot of over the over the what, but yeah, it was a good introductory mission where we got introduced. Well, not introduced. We met with Mithrax, which is one of the Fallen from the House of Light, who is a friendly, so to speak, one of the Fallen houses who is friendly with the Guardians.
Quite nice that we got like almost like refugees of the Fallen in the tower. Like we got obviously these alien race that we've been killing for like all these years, destroying them, and now they're just chilling out in a tower. Yeah.
Fallen babies as well. Everyone's going crazy about Fallen babies.
Fallen? What do they look like? They're the ones with like the 4 arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They're like
Destiny 1.
Yeah. They're like the scavengers. They're probably the biggest race, I guess you could argue.
What's their real name? I'm sure you'll know. What's their actual alien name?
Elixni.
Yeah, Elixni.
Elixni. Yeah, we call them Fallen, which is a bit racist apparently. But in the game, they don't like it.
Yeah,
I guess it does sound a bit insulting, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Fallen. It's not very nice. But yeah, this particular House of Light is a house that we're friendly with, and there's some splicers, and splicers are Fallen who are really good with tech. And they've got their hands on some tech that's going to really help us out, and that's how we're able to hack into the Vex network through these splicers, and that leads to good gameplay because the Vex network is very trippy, very Tron-like, and there's a lot of good gunplay in these areas, a lot of good jumping puzzles, and I'm really looking forward to see where the story goes and where this Pinnacle mission goes. This Pinnacle mission is going to be make or break for the season. If it's a really good repeatable mission, good loot, good exotic, then we're on.
Yeah. We'll see.
Not, then it might fall short, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I'm not overly confident it's going to be what you want it to be, but I think it'll be okay. I think it's going to be cool. I feel like it's going to be a lot of jumping puzzles because that area is made for jumping puzzles, particularly. I know you were a big fan of how it ended with the story mission this week. We're going into the Scourge of the Past, the boss section in the raid. You was kind of excited that you was they took us back to a raid location what got taken out in Sunsetting, and then we've gone there, and obviously there's like a refugee camp of the House of Light. You was excited for that?
Really good. They used that. That's in the last city, so really good. They used that location, but also got me thinking. They've re-rendered this entire location, which was 2 out of the 4 encounters for a raid. So it just makes me wonder. There's a new legacy tab on the director in Destiny 2 that says this is where you'll find returning content such as old raids, dungeons, and I think something else. But so it makes me wonder if, is the Scourge of the Past going to come back as a bit of legacy content? Who knows? But yeah, it's cool to see that.
Can you see it coming before Witch Queen?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so
no, probably
it's not even gone in 12 months.
I think there's obviously going to be a new raid every big drop, but it was too much that whole year where we just had Garden of Salvation, which was a shit heap anyway. It was a rough raid. Well, in my opinion, I found it very rough and couldn't get the teams for it because people just didn't enjoy it that much. And that was the only raid we had for the whole year, which was a bit lame. So it looks like they've kind of broken that up by every 6 months we get a returning raid. Like we've got Vault of Glass upcoming next week. That's a returning raid, and we're 6 months into Beyond Light. So I think they'll do that again with Witch Queen. When Witch Queen drops, we'll get the new raid, and then we'll have a returning raid 6 months later to break up that year, and maybe we'll get Scourge back then.
Okay.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well, in 6 months' time, you're saying?
6 months from the release of Witch Queen.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess.
No, go, CD.
So me sitting here, I understand the words you're saying. I just don't understand them together. It's like I'm at the pub with my mates and they're talking about football, and I'm just like,
Cool.
Oh yeah, Fulham. That's how I.
No fair. It's a weird and wacky world, Destiny. It's
but I know the good thing is there's people watching and listening to this, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I agree with it. Oh, I like that point." It's just
You need to be in it to know. There's a lot going on in Destiny. It's an ongoing, revolving world. Obviously, one of the most important parts of Destiny is the loot. And obviously, we've got a lot of new weapons, exotics, and also exotic armor pieces. What's your thoughts on those, Bradmore?
Yeah, I've got the Warlock legs. Brilliant. They seem really good. You drop a healing rift down, so Warlocks are always quite the supportive role, I guess, because they've got like Well of Radiance and healing rifts, things like that. You drop a well down and you get these orbs that just come out and just flow to heal people all around you, which is just fantastic. I love it when there's like new mechanics built in through exotics, and they're definitely demonstrating that.
Yeah.
And if you're running an empowering rift instead of a healing rift, which obviously an empower rift gives you a damage buff, the orbs turn into damage buffs for your team as well. So I can see that being really, really prevalent in a raid encounter, a boss or something. Drop down a well or a rift and buff your teammates. So yeah, those legs are really good. What do you think of the hunter legs? You've got the hunter legs already, haven't you?
Yeah, I think they're fantastic. They once again, it's basically the perk is you pick up orbs of light, which you drop from either when you do a super. So when another guardian does a super, you drop orbs. And when a masterwork piece of gun, also drops orbs after kill. So it basically recharges your super. And then once you recharge your super, you then get this perk called Feast of Light. And you can times it by 4, and it makes your super more potent. So if it's like a golden gun, which is a damage super, it makes it more powerful. And it's supposed to make it more powerful than the actual like Celestial Nighthawk, which is like the pinnacle of golden gun kind of exotics, which makes it more powerful, like one shot, where you now get 5 shots, which apparently if you add them up, actually does more damage than the one Nighthawk shot. And so, I really like it. It's charged. It basically gives you like an extra super per encounter. So I noticed that when I was doing the overrides without them on, I was probably getting 2 supers. With them on in like the first part, I was getting 3. So it's giving me an extra super, and the supers were more powerful. So I think they're fantastic.
Good.
And obviously, I know you was talking the other day when we was playing about the Hunter one, not the Hunter, the Titan one, which is also very interesting mechanics. And this is what I kind of feel like Bungie need to be doing more, rather than nerfing things and buffing things, actually create interesting gameplay mechanics to solve problems. And obviously the big problem in PvP is stasis. And Titans have got an anti-stasis, obviously legs, where they can't be frozen, and almost they get like a damage like buff if they get attempted to be hit. So it kind of is made it quite interesting of like if you've got Titans in the play and you're playing a stasis and you try to freeze them, they're going to kill you. So it's
absolutely in the competitive PvP modes. If you're running Titan, someone sees those legs, they're taking stasis off. There's no way they're going to play stasis against the Titan with those legs on, because by trying to freeze you, it in fact buffs you, and the return is a 2-tap on a hand cannon. So yeah, it completely changes up, and they're struggling with stasis. That's one way of doing it. Give you legs where you want to take. I'm not using stasis against them. Just need to see more of that. Agreed.
Yeah, I'm sure the other subclasses will get similar, if not the same eventually, because I like those.
Yeah, and to quickly touch on the other loot as well, the weapon pool looks really good this season. I really love the aesthetic of the new weapons. There's a lot of new perks as well, which I haven't really dived into myself yet. I'm hearing good things about these perks. I haven't got any good weapon rolls, but I'm excited to be chasing some of these weapons and get god rolls in some of these weapons and add them to my arsenal this season. That's going to be one of the main things that I'll be focused on this season. I think is getting some real good rolls.
Sure. Yeah. I feel the same, but at the same time, I'm also like, I'm not overly bothered, just because, and I know we go into the disagreement of sunsetting and no power grind, and then there's kind of no real actual end game content. It's kind of like, I've got the heritage, I've got the god roll heritage. Do I really need to be do you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like there's a problem within the game where it's like, why are we chasing this? And what are you then what content are you going to do afterwards? Because there's a lack of, I don't know, the desires there is just to have it in your vault, and just to be like, as a collector for you who wants everything, every god roll of every weapon, oh, look at this in my vault. I don't really care about that. So it's just kind of like, okay, they look cool. That's probably the only takeaway I get, is that they look, like you said, they look really cool, like all the Vex kind of Splicer kind of aesthetic, like you said. It looks fantastic, but in terms of actual playing with them, I'm just like, I like the SMG. The SMG is really cool. It's like almost like Risk Runner.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, it's really cool. And also, I'm looking forward to getting the new Loaded Question, which is obviously we've heard rumors that is not as good because it's now Void rather than Arc. But I feel like there's they
introduced over 30 new weapons this season, which is the biggest injection of weaponry we've had in a season. So that's good because obviously the feedback of Beyond Light was like there's not enough weapons, so they've listened, and they've it's very bloated with the loot. But there's got to be a reason to use it. That's the next problem.
I know, and I know we obviously bang on about Destiny. We play it so much. It's like, why are you complaining about a game you put so many hours into? But 95% of the game is just too easy now. Like, I feel like everything we do is just overpowered. And it's even like the raid. It's kind of like the power to do like world's first is at 1300. It's like, that's too low. I feel like that's just
no. That's the cap that you can go in with is 1300. The encounters will be like 1340.
Oh, really? I thought they were like. I thought that's what we were like. That's our power that we're capped to.
Yeah, it is. And the power of the raid will be 1340, but we can't go over.
Oh, okay.
It suppresses at what, so we could have leveled up to 1315, but when you go in, it goes, nope, you're 1300, and this encounter is going to be 1340. So prepare to get one shot by everything. So yeah, it's going to be
fair enough. I'll take that back then. I didn't see that in the TWAB. I just saw the numbers that we've been tapping to. But okay, cool. But yeah,
you're a twat, mate.
I am a twat. I fully admit it. But yeah, no, I got a lot of problems. With Destiny. And in life. Yeah. I could whinge about it, but I'm not going to. Just end it there.
That's it. So that's Destiny news.
Yeah.
Destiny and Mass Effect. I done I'll say this. I'm going to do it next week myself. I done a poll on Instagram about game difficulty. About is it people
talking to the mic, mate? You sound like you're quiet. You weren't talking into the mic.
I said I'm probably going to bring up next week's show, but I've done a poll on Instagram about game difficulty and whether it's acceptable to play on easy or not. And a lot of people voted. Thanks to everyone who voted. Obviously, Brad voted no. Brad's hardcore. He's just like, no, don't never whack that down to easy. So yeah, I'm gonna just thought I'd mention it the next. I was gonna do it this week, but then with Mass Effect and Destiny being quite sizable.
So you're teasing what your topic is for next week?
Teasing it, yeah.
You're teasing it, okay? Because I was going to say what I think, but all right, I'll save that for then.
Save it.
Resident Evil kept on telling me to down the difficulty. Every time I died, it's like, are you sure? Do you want to go down a peg? Like, no, fuck off. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Yeah.
All right.
And I did do it.
Well, you segued onto, I guess, what we've been playing, which is you've both been playing Resident Evil. You both beat your games that you have been playing.
Respectively, yeah. I don't know if Brad wants to go first.
Fine, yeah. I finished Resident Evil Village. Oh, wow. So, yeah, really, really, really good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Twist and at the end.
Yeah, the ending is interesting. I won't give away any spoilers, don't worry. But yeah, the ending is it's a bit like, I mean, it wasn't like, whoa, I wasn't that invested in a Resident Evil storyline to be blown away. It's not like, when you're, well, a touchy subject, but like The Last of Us, when you've got that much investment in the storyline, it affects you more. And it's a Resident Evil, so it's like, all right, cool. So it's like, oh, all right, fair enough. But yeah, it was a bit different, but it ended like very spectacular. Like it just gets really stupid and silly and just big things, but whatever. But yeah, I thought it was a brilliant game. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I spoke a lot about my impressions, so I don't need to repeat myself. But it's good.
Do you think there's much replayability, or is it that kind of one and done?
There is. They've done at the end of the game. They said, all right, now you've unlocked all of these different challenges. There was like the screen come up and there was like so much extra stuff you can do. I don't think I will. I feel like I've done it and it was like, oh, finished it. All right, great, good, move on. Back to Destiny, please. But yeah, I feel like there is some replayability if you are that much of a fan that you can go back and do stuff. Like the vendor was selling like machine guns and like all these different guns that I didn't have enough currency for and I didn't get to use. So that I feel like if you went back again or went in to finish some of these challenges, you could do it, with new weapons and stuff that you didn't use through the campaign. So there would be a reason to but personally, I'm not going to bother.
Okay.
But yeah, It was very good. Very good.
Very nice. Brothers?
Brothers won.
Brothers won. OG Brad.
No, I refuse to call you one. Go on. Tell us about Resident Evil 2 that
I finished Resident Evil 2 remake, so I've done the Leon storyline and I've done run 2, so you get 2 runs. I've done the second one with Claire, finished it yesterday, and it was good, really good. And talking about game difficulty, I'm actually going through it now, Ken, on hardcore. So
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Why is that a trophy? Why would you do that?
There's 2 gold trophies there.
Yeah.
But there's still
platinum. Are you going to get the plat?
I think you could get the plat, but it'd be a long investment because there's one, like I've said before.
Oh, the steps.
Take 14,000 or less steps. Don't open the item box.
Does it tell you at the end how many steps you finished on?
No. Okay. Get an S rank. So you've got to do it within a certain amount of time to get the S, because the ranks are based on time you've taken to complete the game. So you'd have to do it really quick. So you'd have to have it all mapped out of like what you need to do, where to go to get it all. But you can do that on. I know you can't. You have to do that on either standard or hardcore. So that's another. Another one. So it's not. I wouldn't. I'm not going to have the time to platinum it. I just really enjoyed it though. It's just really good.
Sounds fucking boring, mate.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good zombies. Good zombies, mate. Good zombies.
No, I can't.
At the end of I'm going to download. I'm going to get Resident Evil 2. I'm going to play that next. Well, I'll probably do Mass Effect next, but in between, I have got it. And I will download it and play it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, really good. It looks really good as well.
Sure. Yeah, I've heard brilliant things. And the at the end of Village as well, I forgot to say, it's not spoilery. A little bit spoilery, but they've set it up for another 2 games. Well, quite clearly they've set up for another 2 games. There's a little one-liner at the end that says, this person's storyline is wrapped up now, and there's 3 people in that family.
Oh, so they're not going to put Ethan through this again for the 3rd time.
Well, no. Okay, so spoiler warning. It says,
spoilers, everyone. Yeah, turn off now.
10 seconds. Fingers and ears. So it literally says Ethan's story is now done. ... And then there's a cutscene, and it shows the daughter grown up, and it sets up for another game. And then there'll be there's going to be a storyline for the daughter and another storyline for his missus as well. But yeah, Ethan's storyline is finished.
He's done.
Thank fuck for that.
I know.
Feel sorry for the man.
I know something about the end of Resident Evil Village, but yeah, it's it got.
You don't want to spoil it because Brad's not already done that. Yeah.
Well, no, I don't want to. This is still spoilers. Everyone. So be careful. Ethan is a mold man, so he. So I know that now.
Yeah, he's a moldy bastard. Yeah.
Moldy bastard. Maybe that's why he can just keep reattaching his limbs.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad they addressed that. It's like, yeah. Although they kept saying he was special all the way through. And it's like, he doesn't realise how special he is. And it's like, oh, you're actually made of mould, mate. Oh, it's like, fungus. Oh, was that it? Is that why I'm special? I'm fungus. All right, great, thanks. Dead now.
Chop my arm off. I can put it back on though. Look, that's pretty special.
Yeah.
No, I had that ruined.
Not a bad ability, I suppose.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get round to playing it one day. One day.
Sure. Resident Evil is the kind of game where if it's spoiled, it doesn't matter. You play it for the experience, not the story. The story's the story is shit. To be honest, it's a story that it's not like there's a lack of a story. There is a story, but it could have been written by a 10-year-old. It's not that good. It's just
more combat, really, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I think it's true. I think you play Resident Evil for the experience, not the story.
Yeah, it's kind of like Resident Evil 2. I knew Mr. X was going to show up. I knew because when it came out, everyone was like, "Oh, it's Mr. X and a tyrant." I knew he was going to show up. I knew there was going to be lickers and zombie dogs. I didn't know there was like different infected. Another infected, it's called Infect G or something. I didn't know that was a thing, but I knew there was going to be, he's going to get stalked around by a bloke wearing a trench coat and a hat. I knew that was going to happen. And it's not a VR hat either. It was a fedora. So,
a proper hat.
A proper hat, yeah.
A hat. Cool. All right. Well, I haven't played anything other than the two games I've already spoken about. So. Okay. Have you got anything for your segments, Brad?
Oh yeah. So this week was different.
Here we go.
So there's two. So it's not this day in game, it's this week in game. It's going to come out the week, and then next week I'm going to have to do the other one. It's too big to miss. It's too big. Okay. All right. I've chosen the one for this week. I've chosen the one that's closer to our date of doing it. So this is this week in gaming. Okay. So this game was released on the 18th of May. 2010. Okay.
All right.
It's a second game in the series. It's set in the early 20th century.
Wolfenstein? No.
Oh, yeah, because we've got buzzers, haven't we? So we got buzzers. It's part of the developer is a well-known developer, and they have another big series. Well, yeah.
That's a shit clue.
Okay.
Well, they developer, they have another series. What?
No, it's a very well-known established developer, and they have another very well-known established series.
All right.
Okay. This next one's going to do it. So whoever goes this quicker. It's set in the Wild West.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, Brad got it. Red Dead Redemption 1.
One.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 1. Yeah. Of course.
Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. Released 18th of May 2010. So that was
Reece is fuming. Look at his face; he's livid. Can't believe it.
My next clue was the protagonist called John, but I thought you would have got that. Did you not know, Reece? Did you not have an inkling when I said Wild West?
Yeah, but Brad said it immediately.
Yeah,
there wasn't even a second thought. You just Wild West, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah,
it was literally
So Red Dead Redemption. We've all played the first one. We'll all played the second one, I think.
Yep. First one's better than the second one.
Obviously, the second game is possibly one of the best games of all time. So yes,
debatable.
We'll agree on that one.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Can I have another strike next to my name?
Yes,
please. Thanking you. Just so we can show Reece.
He doesn't like it though. He gets the.
No, it ain't about me not liking it. You've been cheating.
I feel a bit bad for Ash.
You cheated.
4 for Brad, 3 for Ash, 2 for Reece. Reece, you've got to pick the game up, mate.
Come on, snooze, you lose.
I'm not very good at this game.
I'll do like an obscure I'll do like maybe the one where he's doing an obscure one, and there'll be a bonus point whoever grabs it.
I'll get that one. Yeah, maybe
so,
we'll see.
Red Dead Redemption, we all enjoyed it. Can't believe 11 years old now.
Yeah, it was a great game. I remember playing it and was blown away. And it had one of the best DLCs, I think, in any Under Nightmare.
It's so good. Everyone says, "Oh, they're going to do it." There's people still saying it now. And bloody Red Dead Redemption 2 came out it'll come out 2.5 years ago. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Undead Nightmare 2. It's like, no, they're not. They make too much money online. They're not going to do anything like that anymore.
Yeah,
there's going to be no DLC. But yeah, that was an amazing DLC, an amazing game. Just really. Yeah, no,
it's an amazing game.
I wasn't really into Western games, and I don't know if a lot of people know. Yeah, there was a first Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Revolver, which was kind of like an on rails kind of shooter, and he had like these comically evil bosses and all that.
I never played the original.
I know.
It's on PS2, right? It was PS2.
Ash played it, so I remember watching him play it for a little bit. But yeah, it worked for me. But this open world Western, you're a cowboy. You can do whatever you want, and it was groundbreaking, really.
It was, and the second one is fantastic too.
The second one is obviously some people don't agree with the story, which is the same as The Last of Us. Technical masterpiece, looks amazing, fun gameplay. Some people don't like the story. This is the world.
And that is an acceptable opinion.
There you go.
Not your childish, petty, usual opinion of it.
You know what I was talking about?
Where you throwing it across the room.
I'm gonna maybe I'm gonna stream The Last of Us on its year anniversary.
Are you really? You're gonna play it again?
To see if I
you're gonna remember how fantastic it is.
Yeah, see how I hate it as much.
You realize how good it is. The storytelling is so good. It's masterful. It's like no one like you play a game a bit like Mass Effect, and you can just tell the story and the way it's written. The narrative is just it's a level above anything in any gaming.
That might happen. I might be streaming it. So yeah,
it's fantastic.
Watch this space, people. But well done, Brad, for this week.
Thanking you.
Yeah, well done for actually getting it.
I don't know what you're going to get. If whoever wins, I don't know what you're going to get.
Nothing. Well done.
Pride.
I'll get a little medal made up and sent to whoever wins.
Excellent. Ash has missed out. I feel a bit bad for Ash, but but I guess if you're not here, you're not here.
Lose, you lose. You know what I mean? So
it'd be interesting if he's watching. I'd like to see if he actually plays along. See if he got there before me.
Yeah, if he got it. Yeah. I think it's cheap one because set in the early 20th century. That was a bit of a. I could have gone like early 1900s, but I didn't. I was tricksy, like Gollum. That's what I was. So, tricksy hobbit. It's a shame.
So many. And Reece, can you stop saying good to get an actual one? That's my fourth actual.
Yeah, to be fair, that is that.
All right, so
it's not.
It's not.
Luigi's Mansion legitimately. You got Uncharted as well, didn't you? Last week?
No, Reece got Uncharted.
No, I didn't.
No, I don't. I got Uncharted legitimately.
So you got Red Dead, Uncharted, Luigi's Mansion, and what was the other one you got?
There's a PS2 war game.
Brothers in Arms.
Brothers in Arms.
Yeah, so actually Brad has actually got 4 points and they are all legit.
Did you get Brothers in Arms? I feel like you never got
it. Yes, I did.
Fine, whatever. I don't care.
Look at all those toys flying out of his pram.
Hashtag cancel this day in gaming. So,
I have. I mean, I'm going to start that trending. I'll put that down.
But next week.
Every week I'm going to put it down. Hashtag.
Next week is another big one. So watch this space.
Yep. Or we could just cancel it.
No, you said you wanted me to do this. Carry on with this day and go this week in gaming.
Yeah, I make a lot of bad decisions, Brad, and that was one of them. All right.
Loser talk.
You're only one behind.
It's fine. I'm winning Metacritic competition, so that's the only competition anybody here cares about.
You're not.
Takes real skill.
It's fine. It's fine, Reece.
There's not a score sheet for that, so who cares?
Yeah. It's on my iPad.
Doesn't count.
We'll hack into that and we'll delete that. Hackers. Yeah.
Lizard Squad.
That's my topic. That's my segment done.
Good.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll wrap it up there then. Thanks for watching and listening if you have done, and please like and subscribe. And I'm sure if you want to look at our social media stuff, Brad Seeley is getting up to all sorts of things on Instagram. Do you want to tell them where?
Instagram is the main. Well, I do most of the posting. Whatever I post on Instagram gets sent to our Facebook page as well. But yeah, Instagram is the one to be. But so that's at PT Players Pod. The same as Twitter, which is at PT Players Pod. Facebook is the Part-Time Players Podcast, and we have a Gmail account if you want to send us an email, which is ptplayerspod@gmail.com. Any of those.
All the links will be below. We've got like a link tree as well.
And a link tree, so that will take you to our social medias and also takes you to the platforms where you can get our podcast from and our YouTube channel. So all under one umbrella corporation, maybe some people might say. No one says that. That's bad. You can go check that out. If you do download an Apple Podcast, Spotify, please give us a like and subscribe. A little 5-star review, cheeky little 5-star. I know we kind of beg every week for a 5-star review. No one's done it yet. So if I check and someone's done it, it'd be a really nice surprise.
What, on Apple? Yeah, we have. We've got quite a few.
Yeah, no, we've got a few. Yeah, but not lately. Not since I've been begging. Not since I've been begging. People are like, well, he's begging, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, we run out of people to bribe, and we run out of family members.
Yeah, give it a 5-star review and just be like, I felt forced into giving this a review. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, if you are a regular listener who've already given a 5-star review, get your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Yeah, family member. Just take their phone.
Yeah.
Subscribe and like.
Subscribe, make sure they download every week. Anything. Even just listening and watching is a big thing to us. So
absolutely.
And we'll be back with some great content next week.
Quality content. Quality. Like Nintendo, not like when you have a seal of quality.
Quality seal. PT Players seal.
Exactly. Yeah, we only give you quality stuff. Look at Brad's small face. Quality.
Yeah.
But bye, I guess.
Bye.
See you later.